Hello there. So today something totally different. I'm going to take the diff out of my lovely 23-year-old TD5 Defender because it's got an oil leak. Okay, so let's crack on. Right, so let's get the wheels off because I've got to take the half shafts out so it'll be easier with the wheels off. I've already loosened them. Dreaded Land Rover locking nut. That's scrap. Okay, there's the first one. Right, I've got spacers on the wheels, so I'm going to take them off, give me a bit more access. It's always one. No, I don't want to come off, does it? There we go, eventually. What a pain in the ass. There we go, that should give me access to what we need. Okay, back in a sec. Right, next, let's take the half shaft itself out of the diff. Should be pretty straightforward. Just loosen them off first. As far as I know, this has never been off. I've had this vehicle for 18 years. Oh, that was loose. Oh, went that one. Oh, there we go. Can't have everything. And the piece of bar I've got is just to stop the axle from turning, and that's one I made many years ago for holding the prop shaft when you're trying to undo that. Okay, that's all of those undone. Looks like it's got a thread lock on there, so remember that from when we put it back. Right. Okay, so next I've taken the prop shaft off. That was pretty straightforward, just 4 9/16. Good old Land Rover. Can't make their mind up whether it's metric or imperial. And I've just literally put it onto the side with cable tie just to keep it out of the way. So now I'm just going to literally undo all the bolts, which I think again 9/16 all the way around. Take the diff housing out complete because the leak on this was actually at the side. It wasn't from the oil seal, which is the normal thing under here. Yeah, so it's look, the RTV sealant's failed and just gradually been making a mess. So okay, I shall undo all the bolts and get that out. Okay, I spared you the torture of getting all them nuts off, because that was an absolute nightmare. I had one that seized up at the top, took absolutely ages. So let's get the last one off and see if I can get this diff out of the way. Put a bit of light on the situation. Right, so are they all off? Yep. Oh, okay. I was going to say it's coming off too easy, but obviously it's not. There we go. Oh, that's slightly heavy. There we go. That's one pesky diff out, and now this, I think, is where it was leaking the oil. You can see the RTV's broken there. Yeah, whoever did this, I think that's probably factory. There's no RTV there, a little bit there. Right, I'll better get this all cleaned off then, ready to put it back together. There's a little bit of oil in there. Okay, right, part two, let's get the diff cleaned out. Time to put the diff back. And that's the top. This is freaking heavy. Come on you go. Right. Stop it falling off. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so the diff's back in and I've done all the nuts up so they're just finger tight, which is what it recommends for the RTV sealant. Unfortunately I only had 9 new nuts, so we'll have to replace that one later. You have to leave it for an hour now, and I don't know if you can make out, it's just squeezed out a little bit of the RTV around the edges, which is what it's meant to do. So you let it go off for an hour and then you torque it up, and then you have to leave it for 24 hours. So we'll come back to that in a minute. Okay. Right, while I'm waiting, I'll put the half shafts back in. Got a new gasket. Put the gasket on the end. No sealant on the gaskets, these literally just are oil resistant. Just to locate it. Bit of Loctite. Hopefully that should line up, yep. Next one. I did run a tap through the holes just to remove the old Loctite, because I could see there was quite a lot in there. So it's just an M8, and just cleaned it out. Saves clogging your threads up. Wind it in by hand if I can. Yep. This one will just locate her, so we'll put some Loctite on that. And then we can torque this one back up. These are 65 Newton meters on the rear axle. Okay, let's torque them up. Just go sort of diagonally. I'll just check that again. So. There we go. So I'll go and do the other side now. Right, it's been over an hour, so I'm just going to torque these. They should be pretty close. Right. There we go. That's all those torqued up, and it's got a nice little bead squeezed out, so hopefully that should have fixed the oil leak. Okay, so just a case of leaving it for 24 hours now before we put the oil back in, and I'll start putting the wheel assemblies back on. Okay, so I think while it's back in, I'm going to just take the flange off and check the seal. Now these are pretty tight, normally 100 Newton meters I think it is. Oh no, maybe not. It feels like it's got a thread lock on it. Yeah, thread lock. Clean that off. Okay. This is just to stop the flange from turning. The easiest way, rather than buying a ridiculous tool from Land Rover. There we go. And see how tight the... Oh, comes off really easy. Let's see what condition. It's got a little bit of a lip on it. Yeah, that's actually quite a lip. I think it might be worth me actually changing that flange. Flange has got a bit of a lip there. You can probably see it on the camera where the seal's rubbing, so it also looks a little bit gungy in there, doesn't it? I wonder if that has actually had a bit of an oil seep. Oh well, something else to do then. So I think I'll do that on another video. Take the seal out, I'll order a new one and replace it just as a matter of course as soon as I've done the rest of it. Okay, I won't put any oil in the diff yet then. And I'll order the seal up. Okay. Right, new seal's turned up, so I'm just going to continue with this. So I've give that a little bit of a pry. That's out, that's a genuine seal, FTC 5258 I think it says. So, but it's been in there a while, so I've got an original seal which I've just put a bit of grease around the outside edge. It's all relatively clean in there. Let's just tap that in square to start with. Oh, maybe not. One side's going in more than the other, it's always the way. Be careful you don't hit the seal edge. Right, we're sort of pretty even now, so I'm hoping I can put it on with this flange tool. Grease around there just to lube it up. What was on there? No, it's not. Going in square, yep, and it goes in about 1/4 of an inch. That's it, it stops against that inner edge. Just double check it, just get that over that seal just. Yep, that's in there, that's pretty good. I'll give that a clean. Just get the copper grease off. No damage to that, that's okay. Right, now the seal's in. Just going to put a small amount of hypoid oil just around the edge, just so it doesn't scuff the seal out when it's first spinning up dry before all the lube gets everywhere. So just on the inside edge. And if you remember, that was the old flange with quite a big groove. I don't know if you can see that groove on there, and obviously nice brand new one. So that also, I have put some oil around this edge just to help it. That should just slide straight in. Yeah, that's that. Now all I've got to do is do that up to 100 Newton meters. I did get a brand new bolt with it with Loctite. That was that way around. So I'll just get that started. Okay, that's on the Loctite now, let's move that out of the way. And I'll have to use my little tool again, just to hold all together. Otherwise you can't hold it. Doesn't have to be tight, just got to locate it. Oh, I've done that wrong. I forgot the holes are slightly offset. Epic fail. That'll be this one. And then it should be this one. Yep. Again, just put the nut on just loosely, just stop the tool falling off. Because I'm in the pit, I shall have to just temporarily put a board across just so the tool sits on it. So that will then stop that, and hopefully I can torque this up. Yeah, get an extension, knew that would happen. Okay, try again. And in the book it doesn't say about putting Loctite on this, but I think it's always a good idea, especially with the rear axle. You don't want this coming loose when you're on the motorway. It probably wouldn't end very well. Okay, here we go. Yeah. One more. 100 Newton meters. And that's it's done. Just a case of putting the prop shaft on, putting the oils in. Job done. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a thumbs up.